Hello and welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you came to share a little bit of your time with me today. March was an incredibly busy month for me. I have been involved in my local theater community for years, both on stage and as a music director. I received a call from a friend at the end of February. He was directing a production of a chorus line, and they had unexpectedly lost their music director. I was asked if I could step in, and I agreed, but all my focus had to go to learning the music and holding rehearsals. I had to schedule additional rehearsal time with individual cast members to be sure they all felt confident about what they had to do on stage. The cast was amazing, and they had a great run. We finished on April 1st with the final show. After the busy month that was March for me, I am so happy to be back to a slower way of life. It's not that I don't like working in the theater, I do, but so much of that life is fast-paced and can be a bit overwhelming for me. I do find that by the end of a run of a show, I am very tired. And the production of a chorus line had an even faster pace because I was asked to come in only a few weeks before the show opened. But now that the show is over, I am getting more sleep than I was in March. I'm able to cook meals from scratch again, and I have been spending much more time focusing on self-care. I am so glad I have time to enjoy the beautiful weather April has brought. I love April in the South because it feels so alive. It stays light longer now, and the air is so warm. Some days even feel like the lazy days of summer. Many of the trees and shrubs are flowering, and there are bursts of color everywhere now. My furry baby, Daisy, loves it when it's warm outside. This time of year, I'm able to have the doors and windows open much of the time, and she loves laying in her bed in the sun. I think it's one of her happy places. I've noticed how much more active the birds are now, too. Most of the migrating birds have returned, and there are far more visiting my feeders than they did during the winter months. I will admit I missed hearing all the beautiful songs they shared during the colder months of the year, but I am happy to see so many feathered visitors to my backyard feeders again. I could sit and watch them for hours. The hummingbirds just recently returned too. I saw my first ruby-throated hummingbird just a bit over a week ago. These little birds are so beautiful and so fascinating to watch. How quickly they move and how fast they can beat their little wings. It's hard to believe they travel so far each winter, but I will certainly enjoy them while they are here. I make my own nectar now. I did make a video about it this week. I'll share the link to that video in the description box down below. Now that the weather is so lovely, I love spending as much time in nature as I can. Going for a hike and spending time in the forest is so soothing to me. Being sensitive, it is so easy for me to get overstimulated by all the time spent looking at screens and being around people. When you're in the forest and away from all of that, it is just so peaceful. All you hear is the rustling of the leaves as the wind blows them around, and the scurrying of the birds and animals who are busy living their lives in the woods. I am fortunate that I have a state park less than 15 minutes from where I live. I spend a great deal of time hiking there and enjoying time outdoors. I always feel so much better after an hour in the forest. I have also been trying to find other places to hike. Living in Columbia, South Carolina, we have a couple of parks downtown that run next to one of the local rivers. It's a beautiful walk, and I get to enjoy the beautiful greenery as well as the soothing sights and sounds of the river. There is so much to see at the Riverwalk. I do wish I lived a bit closer because it is always so beautiful to walk there, but I try to get there at least a few times a year to enjoy all the nature around the river. I have also been exploring some of the other state parks in the area. I have gotten to visit others and have been enjoying seeing more of the beauty that South Carolina has to offer. Goodale State Park is a small park about 45 minutes from where I live. There was something about this park that felt otherworldly. To see all the trees coming up out of the water was like seeing something from another planet. Relatively quiet when I was there. It is a small park, but it isn't as busy as some of the other state parks that I've been to, but I did enjoy it. I'll be honest that I hesitated making videos like this and sharing more of my life. I don't live an exciting life by the standards of so many. In fact, as a highly sensitive person, I find that a simpler and slower way of living works best for me. That may seem boring to a lot of people. The world tells us that we should be busy all the time. I tried to live that way for so much of my life, but it left me feeling stressed out and overwhelmed all the time. It just wasn't working for me, and it was making me sick. I tend to be a people pleaser, however, so I kept living in a way that was acceptable to society and others in my life, even if it wasn't right for me. I think that happens for so many who are empaths or highly sensitive people. In trying to live up to the world's standards, I lost myself along the way. And I certainly wasn't honoring my needs or what was truly best for me. I have realized that I must listen to my inner guidance. I must be true to my own journey. A lot of people won't understand my choices or my journey, and that's okay. It isn't for them to understand. So here I am, a middle-aged woman who lives in a modest little home in a suburb in South Carolina. And I'm sharing my journey as an empath, trying to navigate through a world that wasn't created for people who are sensitive. And I'm still discovering what works best for me and what helps me to thrive in the world. And I'm inviting you on my journey. I want to thank you for joining me here. I look forward to sharing more of my life and the things that I do and experience. And I hope you'll join me again. If you enjoyed this video, I would love to have you like my channel and subscribe. And I always love hearing from you. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you again real soon. Be well.